Okay. So I'm getting over a sickness right now, and I'm sleepy and it's really hot in my room, so we'll see how this goes. Just checking out her face. I think she looks a little cross-eyed in her new head morph, but I don't care enough to mess around with it. I don't notice it most of the time.
Commander, you received a new message at your private terminal. I bumped into Zaid recently. Quite the character. Given how much violence and destruction that man's seen, he's surprisingly well adjusted. Still, I wouldn't want to be alone with them. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
That'll be all.
It's not
Yes,
super high praise. It's not too bad. I would never want to be alone with him, though. Alright, so... Oh, Jack wants to talk. Alright, let's talk to Jack.
I got thoughts like little bugs crawling in and out of my head. I can't stop them.
This is such a bad camera angle.
You know how far back it goes?
I'll listen to anything you have to say, Jack.
Your pal, the elusive man? Never seen him before, but Cerberus raised me. First thing I remember is my cell door in a Cerberus base. They did experiments, drugged me, tortured me. Whatever chance I had to be normal, they stole it by trying to turn me into some superbiotic. The doctors, the other kids, every one of them hated me. They let me suffer.
What did they hope to gain by torturing a little girl?
It was something about pain breaking down mental barriers and how it might clear the way for a more biotic power. I'm sure there was a payoff due at some point, but I wasn't gonna see it. I was wired up in a cell.
They tortured you just to see if they could make a strong biotic? That's it?
Wasn't in a position to ask, Shepard. All I know is a little girl crying in a cell, begging for the pain to stop.
How did you get out of there?
There was some kind of emergency, and I made a break for it. The other kids came out of their cells and attacked me. So did the guards. I just killed everything in my way and ran. Guess my biotics had developed faster than they thought. I managed to get a shuttle off the ground. Drifted until a freighter picked me up. The crew used me, then sold me. That's my uplifting escape story.
There were other children in the base?
I didn't know much about them. I was kept separate. They hated me just like everyone else there. When I broke out, I had to fight through them all. I showed them, but there's a loose end I need to deal with.
Hate that you have to ask this, because, like, I know Beatrix would 100% believe it was them. She wouldn't be like, are you sure?
You're absolutely certain that Cerberus was running the facility?
I was a kid, but I wasn't dumb. I know how to listen. It was Cerberus. Don't care how far down the chain it was. They thought they were so clever. Turns out, mess with someone's head enough and you can turn a scared kid into an all-powerful bitch. Fucking idiots.
I'm going to talk to the elusive man, and he'd better have some answers.
He'll just deny everything. That's not what I'm after anyway. I found the coordinates in your files. I want to go to the Telton facility on Pragia where they tortured and drugged me. I want to go to the center of the place, my cell. I want to deploy a big fucking bomb, and I want to watch from orbit when it goes.
You've lived with this your whole life. Why do this now?
Like I said, I found the coordinates in your files. You can't expect me to just sit on information like that.
I mean, she's all for it.
I'll set a course for Pragia.
I owe you, Shepard.
She probably is partly hoping that doing this would make the loose man cut her loose. Talk to Grunt.
Shepard.
See if anything to say.
Just checking in. Making sure you're acclimatizing.
I was just sitting here thinking. the picture. I'm finally starting to get it. There's a tank imprint, the battle at Canrum. A dead Turian, stripped. You don't see them out of their armor much. A Krogan boot on his head, and a claw hammer. It's under the brow plate, pulling it back, right? Eyes have gone black, and you see tension in the muscle. You can feel it ready to snap. I get it.
Canrum isn't ringing a bell.
Death of Shiagar, female warlord. Turians killed her, so they were hunted down and made examples. Even if they won the war, it was the last push before the rebellions ended.
You better have a good reason for ruining my lunch.
It's just great. It's a Turian, and he's being torn apart for what they did. I felt nothing before, but now I get it. It was a good fight. The enemy was destroyed to punish them all and send a message. I get it. I hate Turians. I thought you'd be glad.
Don't start anything with Garrus. I won't have trouble on my ship.
I don't hate Garrus. I hate the Turians. Garrus is just one Turian, and he's your clan. No point in ripping his face off unless he turns on me. It's hate, but it's mine. Okeer was blind, and he tried to make me the same. But I'm starting to feel what they did, to see why I should care. Anyway, I'm still figuring where I fit, but it made me laugh. Nothing else really on my mind, Shepard.
Yeah, his character arc is odd. I feel like I get where they're coming from, like, care, but what's the goal to have him? He's kind of saying it as if it's like, he's showing Okeer. But that's what Okeer wanted, isn't it? Like, Okeer was showing him these images saying, you hate this. And Okeer is kind of a villainous guy. And now Grant's like, Okeer said I shouldn't care, so now I do, but I don't quite understand it. Okay.
Back for another lesson.
Sure.
Tough fight on Horizon. I fought slavers and kidnapping rings, but nothing like that. Some slavers took a little girl on a colony in the Skepsis system. Girl woke up, fought her way out, got picked up by my band well on her way to Omega. 8 years old. She'd have had no chance on Horizon. Can't say I blame Taylor's pop. A man does what he has to do to survive. Ran up against a Batarian camp, not too different from that one. Job was to erase the whole thing from the map. Men, women, and the man in charge. Learned that day that despots are cowards. You show them you're in charge, not them, and they cry like little girls.
Wait, so you're saying you don't blame Jacob's dad? But you're also saying they're cowards? Or is he saying... I don't quite get that.
I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
Sort your shit out, Zaid. Alright, let's talk to... Kasumi?
There you are. Jacob deserves better than a father like that. I probably would have wanted to shoot him too. One of the girls in navigation thinks she might be pregnant. Even aboard a Cerberus vessel, life finds a way. I have to say, that Jacob... He seems pretty intense. I wonder if he likes Japanese girls with a penchant for kleptomania. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Beatrix is like, I'm never gonna set foot in the crew deck.
Another colony's gone missing.
Ferris Fields, I heard. That's not far from New Canton. Did your family get back to Earth?
Not yet. My mother-in-law's given us grief. Operative Lawson assures me the transport team will physically drag them away if need be.
Oh, mother-in-laws, am I right? Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
abducted by the collectors right now.
Wow, you really dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I couldn't take that.
Miranda wants to see you, Commander.
Still? I thought I talked to her about it already. Or maybe I didn't.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Not at the moment. Think I've unlocked collector interest in humans. Wait, no. Only one heart. Crow can have two. Scratch that. Anything else?
I'll let you work.
Sorry,
I'll be here
I'm
if
a
you need
little
me.
bit scattered right now because of my sick brain. And I've taken lots of Dayquil, so I'm a little bit scattered. Let's go back down to the crew deck now. Talk to Miranda.
Shepard, I find myself in the unpleasant position of asking for your help. I don't like discussing personal matters, but this is important.
What's going on?
You remember what I told you about Father? Building a dynasty? There was another reason I went to Cerberus. I have a sister, a twin, and he's still hunting her. Cerberus has kept her safe, until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
So why are you sharing the family history with me?
My father's agents have been searching for my sister for years. I believe they've tracked her to Ilium. I've tried to keep her hidden without impacting her life, but I'm out of options. He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
What do you know about your sister?
She's my genetic twin. We're identical, but she deserves a normal life, and she's going to get it no matter what.
Did your sister's family know about this? Are they okay with being relocated?
They know nothing. They're completely uninvolved. Normal. I told Cerberus, and they're coming up with a positive reason to move the family.
Did your sister's family know about this?
I told Cerberus, and they...
I mean, she doesn't like Miranda, but she obviously wants to keep people away from Cerberus, so... I mean, no wait. Damn it. I think she'd be like, sure.
What do you need me to do?
My father is extremely persistent. I'd like to go to Ilium when Cerberus is moving the family to make sure none of his agents get too close. My contact's name is Lantea. She'll be waiting for us in the lounge near the Nos Astra docking bay.
But this isn't a super high priority for her. Although, I mean, I guess it's a set time, but... Sorry. Let's recruit Tali.
Anomaly detected.
Bastards didn't know what hit him. Coming around for a second. Bastards didn't know what hit him. Coming around for a second patrol, looking for survivors. Bastards didn't know what hit him.
Probe away. I have found something.
I'll do that later. Alright, Tali. Garrus and Jacob.
hazard. Solar output has overwhelmed Haystrom's protective magnetosphere. Exposure to direct sunlight will damage your shields.
I'm so sad about that bug. This is my favorite mission because I love...
If we stay in the shade, we should be fine.
I was gonna say, I love this mission because I love hearing people talk about their shields getting fucked up and stuff.
The gates are here. I'll stand by the other side. Anyone who gets this, find Tali's aura. She and that data are all that matters. Kill us alive.
Should get Tali first because she is a known entity. She knows that she can trust her, so she's gonna prioritize her over an assassin and a Justicar.
Concussive shot ready.
Gotta hurt.
So this mission is just a long reminder of Mass Effect 3's possible storyline that would have been better than what we got. Ah, hey!
Lost shields.
Barriers up.
From what I understand about Mass Effect 3's original story...
We need to get out of direct light and find another path.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just gonna get these guys through. Is that they're gonna do something with dark energy. And either the original plan got leaked and they changed it, or the writers changed and then it got changed, or maybe a combination of both. I mean, I could rant all day about writers changing plot lines when fans figure it out or it's leaked, and making it worse because they value shock value over a good story. Just a really bad way to approach filmmaking, and just not just filmmaking, obviously storytelling, video games, whatever.
That should take the heat off.
This should slow him down.
So, Hailstrom's son is... got him right in the Geth penis. Hailstrom's son... Hailstrom? Not Hailstrom. Hailstrom.
Taking heavy fire!
No, you're not. It's just the sun. It's whatever you call it. It's it's dying quicker than it should. And I'm curious about why the Geth are here. Are the Geth here to stop them from getting the data, or are they just coincidentally here? I hadn't really considered extensively why the Geth were here, but I guess it's probably because of the data, right? Because they seem to be actively attacking the Quarians, and they're not just like here.
Barriers up!
There we go. Scratch one.
Calrigar.
This is Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I'm afraid I don't see any Quarian survivors here.
Wait. Shepard? Inspector Tali worked with? Oh, don't know why you're here, but right now any organic is a welcome sight.
Patch your radio into channel 617 Theta. We were on a stealth mission, high risk. We found what we were after. The Geth found us.
They got us pinned down. Can't get to our ship. Can't transmit data through the solar radiation.
What's the status of your team? How many of you are left?
We were a small squad, dozen Marines plus the science team. We're down to half strength now. Made the synthetic bastards pay for it, though.
What brought you this deep into Geth-controlled space?
You're asking the wrong person, Shepard. I just point and shoot. Something about the sun. It's going bad faster than it should. Some kind of energy problem.
Any idea where the Geth came from?
One of the patrol ships found us. Dropships started raining Geth down on our heads before we could get off-world. Systems under Geth control. We knew they made planetary sweeps periodically. We hoped going low emissions would hide us.
Do we have to worry about the Geth sending in reinforcements?
I don't think so. Their patrol ship hasn't lifted off again. The radiation blocks all off-world communication.
What's your current position?
We're bunkered down at base camp across the valley. I left Tali at a secure shelter, then doubled back to hold the choke point. Getting Tali out safely is our top priority. If you can extract her, we'll keep them off you.
You got confirmation that the Geth haven't reached Tali yet?
Affirmative. Left my best men with her. When you get here, you can talk to her on the comm. Every Marine on this rock is sworn to protect Tali's aura. As long as one of us is still drawing air, she'll be safe.
You're gonna throw your life away for research?
Negative. I'm gonna give my life for the migrant fleet. All the difference in the world. I'm no tech expert, Shepard. I'm a Marine. They tell me to shoot. I shoot. They said to protect Tali and the data. You get them out safe. I've done my job.
Hold position. We'll hit their back ranks.
Wait! Watch your ass! We got a dropship coming in.
Okay, this part makes me really annoyed because... So that big pillar thing drops.
Doorway's blocked. Grab the demo charges in the buildings nearby. Use them to clear a path.
And they're like, oh, it's blocked now. But it's like not blocked because you've got like 3 people with you. You can 100% hoist yourself over it. It makes me so annoyed. I'm like... Anyway, Calrigar is another connection to the Buffyverse, voice actor-wise, because he's voiced by Adam Baldwin, and he's a character in Angel in the 5th season. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't get through that, really. But don't tell me that you couldn't get over that. We got a Turian with us. Even if you didn't, you could do, like, piggybacks. Hoists up things. What do you call it? If you couldn't tell by my YouTube channel, I really like Mass Effect and Dragon Age and Buffy. So I do try to find connections between all of them. That's what happens when you get really into stuff. You just try to make connections between all of them, and there doesn't need to be. You just want there to be. And so you got, obviously you got Seth Green, Robin Sachs, who's Ethan Rayne. You got Freddie Prinze Jr., who, while he wasn't ever technically on Buffy, he is married to Sarah Michelle Gellar and was at one point considered for the role of Dracula in Buffy vs. Dracula in season 5. And that would have been cool. Wish that he had... I don't think he would have been a worse Dracula than they got. Not a fan of the portrayal. Brandon Keener, Garrus, was in a season 7 episode of Buffy as just a dude. The principal in Buffy, Armin Shimerman, he voices Phi Dan and the Solarian Counselor. Ah! Fuck. Don't hurt me.
Concussive shot ready.
Oops. Bye-bye. Other fun voice actor crossovers from other shows. You got Keith David, of course, is big 80s guy in movies like They Live and The Thing. But also he was in Community. Also Lance Hendrickson played the android Bishop in Aliens, and he's Hackett. Obviously Carrie-Anne Moss as Arya. Other actor crossovers, between stuff I like, you got, what's his face? Brian Thompson, who plays the alien bounty hunter in The X-Files, but he also plays a villain in Buffy, and he's in Mortal Kombat, and in Mortal Kombat, he plays alongside a woman who also plays a Season 1 Buffy villain, the Praying Mantis Lady. And so that's funny to see them together in a different movie. I have not seen Mortal Kombat. I just know that they're both in it.
This should take the heat off.
And of course, there's lots of, there's a huge amount of overlap between Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Nicholas Bolton, I think is his name. Guy who voiced Hawk was in Game of Thrones as an announcer. I remember seeing him and being like, he sounds familiar. He was there. It's such an interesting conversation that I'm having with myself right now.
That's enough. Let's move before it blows.
Quarian buildings. Before the flotilla, obviously.
Why would the Quarians come here? Whatever they're after, I hope it's worth it.
This should come in handy.
Tali's order to base camp. Come in base camp.
Hold on, I'm salvaging everything.
Our ancestors walked these halls with uncovered heads. The sun must have been normal back then. So much space. Walls of stone. It's amazing. I wish my friends could see it. I wish Shepard were here. Tali's order to base camp. Come in base camp.
Alright, I'm going. I'm coming. Oh wait, let me just...
Hello? Is anyone there?
Tali, it's Shepard.
Shepard? I'm not complaining, but you show up at the strangest times. What are you doing in the middle of Get Space?
I got a mission, remember? It's dangerous, but you don't seem averse to high-risk missions these days.
I'll discuss the mission as soon as the gunfire dies down. Call Rieger and what's left of the Marines got me into the observatory. From where you are, it's through the door and across the field. I got to the data I needed and I'm safe for now, but I've got a lot of geth outside.
What is this research you're after?
It's about this world's sun. It's aging faster than it should. I can tell you more about it once we've got fewer geth shooting at us.
Would it help if I brought in the Normandy?
Doubtful. These buildings are centuries old. If you bring down heavy fire, this whole place could collapse on us.
It looks like somebody sealed the door against the geth, and the console's damaged. Can you get it open on your end?
Let me see. Yes, I can do it. Here. Should be unlocked now. Be careful, Shepard, and please do what you can to keep Rieger alive.
Okay. Garrus is supposed to have a line here, but sometimes he doesn't.
Locked shields.
The drones have optical camouflage systems, and here I was worried this would be too easy.
Garrus, you're a goofball. You love this stuff. That's why Beatrix is gonna marry you, probably. You say stuff like that. I can't do it. You have to move. Excuse me, sir. I'm busy.
Get over here.
So, okay, I'm gonna go back to talking about Mass Effect now. You know what I'm gonna do? Because I said before I was gonna talk about her feelings about Horizon, and then I didn't, because I forgot I said that. So I'm gonna do that now. So, I mean, her feelings on Horizon are pretty much, I think I don't know how much of this I've said. She respects Kaidan for not believing or not trusting Cerberus, not trusting her, because she's like, she hates doing it, etc., etc. And if he had been like, hell yeah, I'll join you, Cerberus isn't that bad, or something, she'd lose respect for him, which is what happens when she is, like, with Joker. Like, Joker's like, hell yeah, I joined, and she's like, but she's not rational. So even though she's having that kind of, like, I'm glad he doesn't trust me or Cerberus, she's also like, but he should trust me, because I'm not doing this because I like Cerberus. And so it's like, so she's still angry with him when he is rejecting her.
They're through my shields!
Field is clear.
Hostile!
Going up a barrier.
There we go!
This should take the heat off.
Oh, Garrus. Oh. Play taps. I'll overlay that. I don't remember the tune. You know, she respects Alliance people really a lot. And Kaidan is one of the people she respects the most in the Alliance who's not like a superior. Even though they would disagree a lot in Mass Effect 1, like, kind of better morals than she did, he was this competent, reasonable person. It's like I said in the episode, him saying, you're a traitor, you've turned your back on the Alliance, that's like, really cuts her deeply, because that's like, she's made the Alliance her identity. She has lost kind of herself beyond what it needs to be as part of the Alliance, which is part of the reason why work with Cerberus and stuff is so hard for her. But also having someone say, you're a traitor, to kind of who you are. Gonna pause while this happens.
Ah, hell.
That's how I would react.
Get down.
Jacob is so relatable sometimes.
Ah, definitely like old times.
Over here! Get to cover! Squad leader Cal Rieger, Migrant Fleet Marines. We talked on the radio before that dropship arrived. I still got no idea why you're here. This ain't the time to be picky. Tali's inside over there. Death killed the rest of my squad, and they're trying to get to her.
Best I've been able to do is draw their attention.
How many Geth are out there?
The Geth are near platoon strength, but the Colossus is the worst part. It's got a repair protocol. Huddles up and fixes itself. I can't get a clear shot while it's down like that. I tried to move in closer, and one of the bastards punched a shot clean through my suit.
How bad is your suit damage?
Combat SEALs clamped down to isolate contamination, and I'm swimming in antibiotics. The Geth might get me, but I'm not gonna die from an infection in the middle of a battle. That's just insulting.
What can you tell me about the battlefield?
Right side's got a catwalk with a sniper perch. You could wreak some havoc from there, but none of my men made it past the Geth. The middle's got cover, but the damn Colossus has a clear shot at you the whole time, and you've got Geth coming in from both sides. The left gives you some cover from the Colossus, but your ass is hanging out for the Geth. That's how I got shot.
Any ideas on how to deal with the Colossus?
Standard protocol with Arbiter-class units is to sabotage the shields and whittle it down, you know? Kill it with bug bites. But the repair protocol blows that plan to hell. You try to wear it down, it just huddles up and fixes itself. So whatever we do has to scrap that bastard fast. Probably means getting up close, past that cover.
We need to get to Tali. Got any ideas?
Just one. I'm not moving so well, but I can still pull a trigger. And I got a rocket launcher that the sun hasn't fried yet. You move in close. I'll keep the Colossus busy. Maybe even drop its shields. With luck, you'll be able to finish it off.
Good luck, Rieger. Let's go shoot some Geth.
Keep us alive. Say hi to Tali for me.
Sometimes if you can click the option and still have him survive if you get through the Geth quick enough. I don't know if that's gonna happen because I'm just like not up to my normal battle speed right now. So I think it's probably more likely he's gonna die. But Beatrix, this is just what Beatrix would do. And yeah, I love Cal. It's great. But unfortunately, I just gotta roleplay, you know. Fortunately, in this role-playing game, I'm gonna roleplay. Her identity is thrown into flux because someone who she's respected has said that she's not all that she knows she is. Beatrix also opens herself up to people like she hasn't ever done before in Mass Effect 1. And especially to Kaidan and Liara. And those are also the two people who she sees as rejecting her in Mass Effect 2. And so that really throws her. And she reacts to that slight as closing off, which is what happens with her and Liara. And with Liara, at least, she's able to forgive her a little bit easier because she had such a soft spot for her. Kaidan, they butted heads more, and also I think because he's Alliance, his words about the Alliance and stuff carry a lot more weight. So, on top of just feeling rejected on a friendship level, she's also feeling rejected on an Alliance level, and that's like where the rift really comes from between them. That's going to be in Mass Effect 3. Is this kind of double whammy, you know? And her own absolute inability to be mature about it and to sympathize with where he's coming from, because which she should be able to, because she hates Cerberus and she loves the Alliance. And so it's like she should, out of everyone, understand 100% where he's coming from. But she's just not mature. When she gets hurt, she acts like kind of like a little kid, like kind of unreasonable about it, because she never learned the coping skills, like constructive coping skills. So it's kind of like a little bit of a tragedy. Not like quite, because they do eventually reconcile, but like it really does drag out a lot longer. And I have a lot of problems with how they write Vampire Survivor in general and Shepard in Mass Effect 3, but luckily it does actually work for her playthrough, because the absolute lack of communication and understanding that Shepard can give the Vampire Survivor in Mass Effect 3 is very in character for Beatrix. So it annoys me on a writing level. It's great on a character level.
Got no shield. Firing a high impact shot.
Oh, he's down.
Damn, sounds like Rieger's down.
Sorry, Riegar. I know I'm saying your name weird. I think it's the Dayquil. It doesn't let me say his name without saying Riegar. Riegar, can you come alive again for a second and distract him? Oh, God. It's like, I hate this level. It's hard. Guys, kill this guy. Kill this loser.
Nothing's gonna hurt me now.
You believe in yourself, Jacob, and that's what's important. Yay!
Have a nice trip.
Is that a beeping outside?
Get over here.
Firing a high impact shot. Fire in the hole.
Are we done now? Okay.
Just a second. I locked the door to keep more gas from
Phew.
getting inside. There, that should do it.
Oops, sorry.
Just let me finish this download. Thank you, Shepard. If not for you, I would never have made it out of this room. This whole mission has been a disaster. I wish I'd joined you back on Freedom's Progress, but I couldn't let anyone take my place on something this risky.
Rieger sacrificed himself so I could get to you.
Damn it. I feared as much. He gave his life for me, for the mission. A whole team of scientists and Marines, and I'm the only one left. I hope the board finds the data valuable.
A lot of Quarians lost their lives here. Was it worth it?
I don't know, Shepard. It wasn't my call. The Admiralty Board believed the information here was worth sacrificing all our lives for. I have to believe that they know what's best.
I didn't ask what some admiral thought. I asked what you thought.
A lot of people died here. Some of them were my friends. All of them were good at their jobs. That damn data better be worth it. The price was too high.
What can you tell me about your research here?
Haystrom's sun is destabilizing. Back when this was a Quarian colony, it was a normal star. It shouldn't change that quickly.
Any idea what's destabilizing the sun?
If I had to guess, I'd say that it was dark energy affecting the interior of the star. The effect is similar to when stars blow off mass to enter a red giant phase. But Haystrom's sun is far too young for this to be natural.
It looks like I just saved your mission. Maybe now your people will let me steal you from my mission.
Just let me transmit the data from a secure channel. Then I can leave with you. And if the admirals have a problem with it, they can go to hell. I just watched the rest of my team die. Come on, let's get out of here.
Sorry, Cal.
Cerberus saw footage of you in action, Tali Zora. We're looking forward to having you on the team. Your engineering expertise will really benefit the mission.
I don't know who you are, but Cerberus threatened the security of the migrant fleet. Don't make nice.
Yeah, I just finally read Mass Effect Ascension, and boy, they kind of undersell how much Cerberus screwed over the Quarians.
That's why you're here, Tali. I need people who aren't Cerberus. People I can trust.
I wasn't part of what happened to the migrant fleet, but I understand your distrust. I hope we'll get past that as we work together.
I assumed that you were undercover, Shepard. Maybe even planning to blow Cerberus up. If that's the case, I'll loan you a grenade. Otherwise, I'm here for you, not for them.
If it helps, check out the Normandy while you're here. We've gotten a few upgrades.
I'll get Tali Zora the necessary security clearance to access our systems.
Please do. I can't be part of your team if I don't know how the ship works. Remember, Shepard, these people thought enslaving Thorian creepers and Rachni was a good idea. I'll be in engineering.
Don't forget to introduce yourself to EDI, the ship's new artificial intelligence.
I don't quite understand if that's supposed to be a dig from Jacob, or he just didn't think that through. I know a lot of fans interpret it as him being in a negative way, but like they always interpret everything Jacob does in a negative way, so it's like, I don't know, he doesn't seem like he's being passive aggressive, but also I'm not always great at picking that up on that stuff. So I don't know. I like to give him the benefit of the doubt though about that. Do a new save.
I had a wonderful chat with your friend Tali. She's not what I expected from her psych report. I like her.
It's good to have her on the team.
Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
She does like her too, but she's not gonna dish with Kelly about it.
It's great to see Tali on board, Commander, just like old times. It is her, right? I mean, because with the mask, it's... Ah, never mind.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Shh.
Joker.
I can tell when it's listening.
I am always listening, Mr. Moreau.
I know.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
I'm gonna talk to her.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Can you do anything to give the Normandy an edge over a collector ship?
Definitely. With the right supplies, I can fortify our shields. The collectors cut through the Normandy's barriers immediately last time. My upgrades might give us a better chance. Shepard, what can I do for you?
Is the new Normandy giving you any trouble?
Please, Shepard, I'm a Quarian. Give me a chunk of scrap metal, a circuit board, and some element zero, and I'll have it making precision jumps. I was worried about working with Cerberus engineers, but they know what they're doing, and they've been very polite.
How's the Normandy running?
Say what you will about Cerberus, they know how to build ships. The Normandy's running even better than before. I don't know if it can stand up to a collector attack, though. I'm researching some ideas that might help.
Have you got time to talk?
We didn't really have time to chat while taking out Gath on Haestrom, did we? I still can't believe everyone else is dead. All for data about stars blowing up. I hope the Admiralty Board gets some use out of it.
Tell me about the fleet's Admiralty Board.
It's one of two major political powers among my people. The admirals make decisions related to defense or needing immediate action. They also handle major criminal charges, like treason.
Oh, I'm
the
sure
other
that's not
political power
foreshadowing.
is the Conclave, a group of representatives from each ship. They make most of our laws and fleet decisions.
Any news yet on the data you sent?
I'm not likely to hear anything for a while, or on an unsecured channel for that matter.
Having any trouble settling back in on the Normandy?
I like the quiet. I miss the old faces, though. Presley, Engineer Adams, all of them. It doesn't seem right having Cerberus in charge of this ship. Are you sure working for them is the right thing to do?
I used to not pick why do you hate Cerberus because I thought it was such an obvious question, but then I found out that it was specifically like Quarians.
I caught some tension back on Freedom's Progress and again when you first came aboard. What happened between Cerberus and the Quarians?
They attacked one of our ships, the Idena. It seems they were attempting to kill or control a young human biotic who was on the fleet. I don't really know the details. I do know that Cerberus made an enemy of the Quarian people.
Yeah, they killed a lot of them. Tortured them too.
I fully expect them to betray us at some point, and we'll be ready.
I'm glad to hear that, Shepard. Just let me know how I can help. For now, I should get back to work. Thanks for coming by.
Alright.
The new armor reinforcements really threw
I
off
don't
the
know how long
dimensional
that took
profile.
because I died
Engines are good to
4
go.
times.
I rebalanced the Guild-born coefficients and adjusted the
So we'll see if that was any kind of length for a video. Bye.